Welcome to Watch Mojo. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Also, make sure to click the link in the description, which will direct you to our merch store and Patreon. So, without further ado, let's dive right into today's video. Today, we will be counting down the top 10 funniest jokes from Mr. Ryan. Everyone's second favorite honors pre-calculus teacher at Methacton High School, Mr. Ryan is well known for his hilarious daily jokes, which definitely never get old. First off, at number 10, spending QT with your UC, and other trigonometric unit circle jokes. This is always a great question, which gets a chuckle out of me for sure. How it works is with Nathaniel Ryan asking the class if they spent some QT, meaning quality time, with their UC, meaning unit circle. This is humorous due to the fact that it would be absurd to spend time with an inanimate object, let alone a laminated cardstock. Next, at number 9, points joke. This is a great joke which always makes his students feel happy, yet guilty. The premise of this joke is that his students always focus on the value of an assignment in points instead of the intellectual value. This emphasis on points over learning is due to colleges putting priority on what a student's GPA is over what they actually learned. Number 8, I wish I stuck with engineering. This is a recurring joke, however, there is a possibility he is not joking at all, in which this moment would be on the top 10 saddest Mr. Ryan moments video, link in the description. How he delivers this alleged joke is typically after he is annoyed with the class and displays regret with pursuing his teaching career. At number 7, we have the goldfish joke. Goldfish are notorious for possessing a short memory. Some say that their memory only lasts for 3 to 5 seconds on average. Whatever it is, Mr. Ryan often compares his students to mere goldfish, the reason being that for some supernatural reason, no one retains anything he teaches, therefore making the relation humorous. Number 6, the infamous phrase, "Shut up, Nobby," referencing a delinquent junior in his first period, Adam Nobby. This is a more recent joke of Nathaniel's. Its premise is to highlight a rivalry between Mr. Ryan and Adam, and it certainly does so, always illustrated with perfect timing and dramatization from Mr. Ryan. What makes this joke even greater is that Adam Nobby also plays into the role, often pushing Mr. Ryan towards it. Number 5, the test timer joke. Imagine you are failing your honors pre-calc assessment when you hear Mr. Ryan yell, 5 minutes left! Your heart begins to race, realizing you are still on the first page. Then what he says next both relieves you and gives you a good laugh. Until 20 minutes are left. This is a way of messing with his students and tricking them into thinking that their time is almost up. How about that? Number 4. Mr. Ryan loves to assert his dominance over his students, in which he taunts and teases them for utilizing a Texas Instruments calculator for simple arithmetic. Being a man of the future, Nathaniel theorizes that if artificial intelligence would take over the world, that you people would all be doomed and I would be your king. Then he would proceed with a maniacal laugh. Mwahahaha. Number 3, circling homework problems. This is a jocular action which Nathaniel Ryan partakes in which he circles homework problem numbers and overemphasizes the fact that they are yet to be claimed by his students. This action is particularly funny due to the fact that his students obviously know that these problems have yet to be completed, and yet he pretends that they are not aware. Number 2, death stares. Period 1 pre-calculus is a hostile environment. Everyone is tired, some are depressed, and the remaining want to lunge toward Mr. Ryan's throat. Mr. Ryan addresses this by calling these expressions death stares, and most likely says this to lighten the mood, scared that one of us will suddenly pounce. Before we get to our first pick, let's take a look at our honorable mentions. Resting sad face. This is a comment made by Nat Ryan referencing the natural looks of a period 1 student, Sudish Reddy. Sudish Reddy typically responds to Mr. Ryan with, "I'm just vibing." Additionally, we have math, math, math. This is a phrase used by the silly pre-calculus teacher as a substitute for actual teaching. He typically uses this phrase when he senses that his students are not honed into his teaching. And finally, number 1, student-teacher fighting arena. Mr. Ryan's outlandish ideas and concepts are what make his humor so appealing. In this joke, he proposes an arena where students and teachers may, quote-unquote, battle it out. While being edgy, it also reminds the students who's boss. Mr. Ryan may pretend that he is not afraid of us, yet he knows he would most certainly lose against me, Charles Yang. P.S. We love you, Mr. Ryan. No disrespect.